Hi, I'm going to try to add Sarah to this. Sarah and I were just talking and we decided to go live today to talk about anxiety and depression in kids. And I have some other friends that have had similar experiences. And shoot, they try to get me back. So let me see if I can get her added to the call so we can talk about this. And she can tell her story and we can talk about basically how gut bacteria and blood sugar balance, actually methylated B vitamins. If you watched my live, I think it was yesterday or the day before with Dr. Jill, she talked about methylated B vitamins and how they affect serotonin in the brain. So that was really another good addition to some of the other things we already knew about anxiety and depression, and how our body and healing our nutrient deficiencies can affect our brain and how we feel and how our mood is. So hopefully Sarah will be added on there soon. Hey, Melissa. Sorry. I don't see her on here yet. Hey, there she is. Okay. Let's see how easy this is to add her in here. Hey, Melissa.
Oh.
Hi. Hey, Sarah.
There we go. Can you see me?
I can. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. So I was just thinking before we started, let's maybe not mention product names. We'll just talk about which products do the things that we know they do. And then we'll keep it really compliant since we used these in there. But we are not saying that we can treat anything, but we're just talking about our personal experiences and what we know from research of these different ingredients and products and the research we've done on what they do and how they affect our bodies. Okay. So, okay, can you hear me? Okay, so I want to hear your story about what happened before and as you were seeking answers, and your experience with helping her to add nutrients that she needs to her body.
Okay, so my daughter, who is 7, she's always been a really, really hard child, and ever since she was a baby, and I knew it was stemming from her bowels, because she was always like a once a week pooper, and like even when she was a baby and I was only nursing her, she still did not go to the bathroom very often. And so over the 7 years I've had her, I've tried lots and lots of different things, because I know that you cannot keep that in your body because it's toxic. So we've tried multiple things to help her with that. And some of the things we had tried was like fiber powder and fiber gummies and things, a whole bunch of different things that I was hoping and thought would help. She was always an ornery child. Like she didn't want anybody but me for like the first 4 years of her life. Sleep through the night till she was 4 years old. And now that I know what I know about melatonin and serotonin and how it's made in your gut, I know why she didn't sleep through the night till she was 4, because her guts were a mess. And so anyways, she had a really bad breakdown last October. And she actually told me that she wanted to kill all of her siblings and that she wanted to die herself. And it was super, super hard on me, because I knew it was the beginning of what I've struggled with. It was the beginning of mental health issues. And so I knew I needed to stop it and prevent it from getting worse. So we went to the doctor. They did all the tests that you can think of, thyroid. They tested her B vitamins. They tested her magnesium levels. They tested several things, and everything was normal, which sometimes is really depressing, because you think, something's wrong, and then really they say nothing's wrong, and then you're like, well, what's the matter?
Yeah, you were hoping for an answer. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I was trying to put 2 and 2 together, and I just said to the doctor, I'm like, I really think it's her bowels. I'm like, she still only goes poop once a week. And so then the products dropped at my feet, and I decided to try them. and they super duper helped with her constipation. Like today, which is 9 months late, probably more than 9 months, 11 months later, she goes to the bathroom twice a day now.
So
She
amazing.
has, yes, she has completely changed as a child. Like she's a child I don't know very well because I've known her for so many years of being this ornery child. Like none of my kids liked her. Like seriously, all my kids were like, go put her in her room. We can't stand her. Like she was hard. Anyways, so she's completely changed. It used to be so hard for her to do one task, and she's getting way better at being able to complete tasks. I even asked her the other day if she feels better inside. I'm like, do you ever have those thoughts of wanting to hurt yourself anymore? And she said, no, Mom. And she actually said, I actually love myself now. And it feels so good for her to love who she is, because before she never thought she was beautiful and she never loved who she was and she wanted to die. And so to see that change, because I got her bowels flowing and I supplemented with the good B vitamins that are methylated. So I have the MTHFR gene mutation. And so I knew that I needed to get her a methylated vitamin because any of those children's vitamins out there are not methylated. And I knew it was just not going to work for her. So when I found out that Plexus stuff was methylated, I knew it was a good choice for us. And then I do the blood sugar balance too. So I help her keep her blood sugar balanced by drinking the drink, and that helps with balancing her insulin, which helps balances her other hormones. And actually I didn't start her on that at first because I was like, oh, I'm going to do minimal products so that I don't have to pay as much. And I found once I started her on the drink, it was a lot better. So she needed that blood sugar balance also. And
I
then
have
she
found
also,
that a lot in, so I recommend the same products that we're talking about, the same products I have my kids on, same products I use, plus the kids set. And so all of
Mhm.
that is what I use on my kids and what I recommend for other people. And I've talked a lot about eczema and molluscum and skin things. And I've seen it many times where that's the one piece that's missing because somebody doesn't want to pay for it or doesn't really know
Mhm.
if it really relates to children enough. And until we add that piece in, all the pieces, until we add that last piece in, sometimes it doesn't work as fast or as well. Maybe it would have worked over time, but it was that missing link. So I really
Yes.
think it's important to just try the whole thing. And I know people don't want to spend the money or they don't want to try more than one thing at one time. And I always say, if it's a problem you've got, you will find out what it is. But a lot of times it's everything. It's not just one thing. You can't just cure
Mhm.
this with B vitamins. She needed, and she couldn't just cure it with fiber either. Fiber wasn't enough to get her bowels moving. She had to heal the gut, get the bad bacteria out, add the good bacteria in, add the magnesium. What else did she do? She had to add the methylated vitamins. She had to have more strains of probiotics to heal her gut even more fully. Then she had to add in the blood sugar balance portion, all the vitamins and nutrients that she was missing. And she wasn't absorbing those B vitamins as well before her gut was balanced. So all
Yeah.
the pieces.
And then she also does the drink that has the omegas in it because
Okay.
I would consider her partial ADD. Like she has a really hard time concentrating, and just acts out pretty bad, like ADD child. I've never had one and I've never had her tested, but I really think she's just kind of on that edge of that. So I knew that she needed the omegas. So she just started taking that too. But yeah, she feels so much better, and she actually is to the point now where she will get her own products by herself because she recognizes that it helps her so much.
That's
And
so amazing.
at first I had to basically make her do it. I just said, okay, will you please give me 3 months? Just give me 3 months of trying this. Let's see what happens. And she promised to do it. And then after 3 months, she could see a difference. And now she does it by herself every single day. And she notices when she misses a day. Like if she'll skip 2 days in a row, she's like, Mom, I just don't feel as good today, you know? And so she definitely sees a difference, and we see a difference in her too. So, and that led me to put all of my kids on it because I'm like,
Yes.
why not? If I can prevent mental health issues by balancing all their gut and reducing inflammation and balancing blood sugar now, why would I not do that? And then I take it and my husband takes it, and we are all just trying to prevent rather than wait until something happens and have to cover it with a
Right.
Band-Aid.
Had a similar story, and her child said that she felt sad when she knew she should be happy. And then after introducing all these supplements, balancing everything out, she said, I'm finally happy again. It was
Yes.
a really amazing realization for her. And it was the whole thing. It was omegas, it was blood sugar balance, it was the nutrient, the B vitamins, the methylated B vitamins, it was the gut balance, all of the things. And then the other thing I want to tell you too is I love what you just said about why not add everybody else into it. I was talking to Shelly, and we met at the retreat, and she was talking about how she started for her husband, and he was really sick, and it helped him feel better. And she's like, well, if he feels better, I feel fine, but I wonder if I can feel better. Like, what does it mean to feel better? So she started the supplements, and she's like, I feel better. I'm actually aging backwards. I look better than I did, years ago. I look better. I feel better, but I thought I was fine, but I feel better. And she's probably stopping those things from getting worse, right? All the things that like creep in on us that we don't really notice are affecting us as our guts get out of balance or our bodies are malnourished. So I love that. I love that you started everybody on it to make sure they stayed healthy and were at their optimum level, and feeling well. That's awesome.
Yes. So I've actually noticed my daughter that is 12, well, almost 12, her dandruff has completely gone away since we started supplementing with the probiotics and stuff.
Yes.
And my other son, his skin issues, we did like a gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free diet for him for several years because he had like rough sandpaper skin all over his body,
Yes.
his
Yes.
arms, his legs, everywhere. And he's been taking the products probably for about 6 months now, and his skin is the softest it's been in a long
It's
time.
so soft. Like if you touch like a child's skin who's on this, it's so soft. It's almost like shocking how soft
Yeah.
my kid's skin is. Yeah. It's crazy.
So,
That's awesome. And the
and
dandruff thing is because of the probiotics that legitimately work. And then we make sure there's an antifungal in there and the right digestive enzymes. And that's it's a yeast overgrowth thing. So many people
yeah.
suffer from dandruff and it's just yeast overgrowth.
Well, and I have like been researching gut health for years, and I've never seen a probiotic like this one. I've never seen a
Right.
probiotic that has something that kills the biofilm of Candida and that has also grapeseed extract in it. So
Right.
it's like you're getting 3 different products in one product for a super good price, like
And it
an
works.
amazing price.
I mean, I was
Yes.
paying like 3 times that for something that didn't work, and it didn't have
Hmm.
half the stuff in it and it didn't work. I was hoping it would work and it didn't work. So I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Go ahead. Something else to say?
Oh, I was just going to talk about the magnesium in the bio cleanse because I'm like a super, like magnesium is my life. I love magnesium. It's like my most favorite mineral ever. But the magnesium in bio cleanse also has helped her to calm down and have less stress. And it also is awesome for just oxygenating the body. And so when I research the products, because I'm not one that will just stick any vitamin in my body or any supplement. I want to know what's in it. I want to know it's clean. I want to know it doesn't have heavy metals. I want to know it's, plant-based. And the products that I have her on, when I researched them, I was super impressed. I was very impressed at what they have. So,
Me too. No, you're right. I always forget that, but magnesium is important for every cell of our body to function, and we're
mhm.
all deficient in it, and that's why we're not pooping. That's one of the reasons we're not pooping.
Yes.
So yeah,
And the results of my family is what makes me want to share and the results that I've seen of my friends, it makes me want to share. And I almost feel obligated to, because
I do too.
if you have something so good why should you keep it a secret? Like if something changes your world like it has mine, why would I keep it a secret? I mean, there are times where it's hard and it's you get shut down and you get people that say mean things, but we keep going on, don't we? Because we know that it's like it could be a game changer, life changer for someone out there, and so we do it for other people.
They're just not ready yet, and they don't know enough yet, and we don't know until we know it. And I remember the first time someone mentioned this to me, my very first time hearing it, I thought it was wackadoo. I mean, even though I'm kind of crunchy and natural, I thought it was nuts because truly didn't understand the blood sugar balance piece. So when someone said that blood sugar balance in this little drink would make you feel that good, I didn't understand. I didn't know the science behind it. And so until I knew the science behind it and then lived it, and I think sometimes we just have to live it. We have to just take the plunge, trust our friend and try it. And then when we feel the difference, then we know that it is what they said it was, and pay attention to our bodies.
Well, one thing that I learned I had a mentor that I actually hired for my health for a whole year. And one thing that she told me is if you want optimal health, you have to turn every stone. You have to try everything that someone suggests to you. You cannot just put it out because it's crazy. You've got to try it. And so that's been my mindset with getting my kids and my family is you turn a stone, and if it works, you keep it. If it doesn't, you throw it out.
I love that. Because I feel kind of crazy that I've done all this research for years and I've tried all the things. And it feels almost, I don't know. I guess it feels a little bit crazy and a little bit expensive and exhausting, right? Because you're trying to find that optimum health for everybody in your family, especially when you suffer. But I feel like God had to have given us the suffering for a reason. To seek the answers and then be able to, and I'm not comfortable seeking the answers, finding the answers and not sharing them. I feel like God had to make for the suffering. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just have to tell myself when it comes to the cost that I can choose health or I can choose sickness. And I choose to spend my money on being healthy and finding healthier ways to live rather than a hospital bill or like a cancer bill or surgery or whatever it might be. I choose to prevent rather than treat. So
I do too. And I feel like so many women, especially I think after we have babies, we're depleted. And I feel like we accept that it's okay that we're tired and that we have no energy and that we're moody and we're grumpy and we end up not enjoying life. And we're no fun to be around. We're not having any fun. It isn't enjoyable. And that's the whole point of life is to live it. I don't want to live till I'm 100 years old just to live till I'm 100. I want to live till I'm, however old, feeling good, being a good mom, a good wife, a good friend, a good, grandma. I want to go do all the active things and live my life. And I feel like there's a lot of women who are laying in bed all day and who are taking naps during the middle of the day and who are literally, struggling to function during the day. And I think in their heart, they know it's not normal because it's not. We're supposed to be, living our life and living our, aging backwards and feeling great. There's a science behind it. And we now know the science of inflammation, blood sugar balance, gut health, adding the nourishment we need of our methylated vitamins and feeling good. And now that we feel it, we have to share it because this is the life we're supposed to be living. We feel so good. We have to share it with the rest of the world,
Yes. I feel like with women, a lot of times they don't want to spend money on themselves because they haven't found their worth yet. Like for me, I like to look at it as if my child, sorry, I don't know if you heard me. If my child felt the way that I feel, I would do anything it takes to get them feeling better. And so that's the perspective I try to show women that are struggling with the cost, Sorry, it keeps pausing because people are commenting. When people struggle with the cost, I say, if your child felt like you feel, wouldn't you do anything it takes? You'd figure out a way to pay for it. I mean, that's what I was doing. When my daughter was not feeling well, I just went to my husband and said, I don't care how much this costs, we're trying it. And we'll figure out a way to pay for it,
Right.
And so I feel like we need to give that same grace to ourselves and decide we're worth that, whatever it takes to feel better. And that's the point I got to in my life when I was so miserable. I was just like, I don't care what it costs. I'm just going to get myself feeling better, you know?
Well, you're the center
So,
of the home, and without you, and with you either in bed or grumpy, it affects everyone's lives in your home. It's affecting everybody, your kids' childhood, you know, all of it. It's important. We are important. Moms matter. We matter. It matters how
yes.
we feel. And women in general, even if you're not a mom, it matters to, if you want to have babies someday, it matters. It matters how you are to your
Yep.
coworkers and to your friends. It matters. Just living life and being happy. And happiness, and I don't know if you saw the Dr. Jill one I did. You need to watch that if you didn't. But she talks about happiness and serotonin and dopamine and where it comes from in our body. And if we are not producing the right serotonin and dopamine, we're not happy. And if we're not happy, we're not living our normal life, and we're feeling miserable, and we're going to the doctor saying something's off. And they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing off in your blood work, even though we know that normal range. What does that even mean? The point is how we feel. And we try those things until we feel like we're supposed to feel. We continue to try
Yeah.
until we feel good and energetic and happy.
Yeah. Just don't
Thank you,
ever
Sarah.
give up. That's all I have to say
Don't give
is
up.
don't ever give up. Don't give up on your kids. Don't give up your own health. It's like you can find the answers if you just go to work and try to figure it out. So, and what we have is an awesome piece to the puzzle. So,
And now I'm going to add to the title of this video and happy moms, because
mhm.
we started talking about moms. So, but it matters. So from one happy mom aging backwards to another, thank you for joining me today and for all your insight and wisdom.
You're very, very welcome. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.